Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and I hope everyone is doing fine out there. Today we are going to deal with the topic Bosom Friend by Hira Bansode. So Hira Bansode talks about the marginalized people of Indian society. She talks about the people who are untouchable and who have been muted over the course of Indian history. And I often use the term muted. What do you understand by this term? If you you just need to keep this thing in mind, the muted ones. Who are the muted? They are the suppressed people of the society who has been, treated not well and suppressed, subjugated, marginalized from the benefits of the society that is given to the other people of the same society. It's like distinguishing between people from one to another. This is against the constitution, but this practice has been occurring in Indian history for a very long period of time. So Hira Bansode, she says that there is a caste system in Indian society, and the system of hierarchy has been followed, and due to which the people, they feel bad, they have been suppressed, and they are the benefits of, like, they are human rights that they are not being given the privilege to enjoy. So they are the muted, the marginalized people of the Indian society. Just like the marginalized people and the caste, that is the lower caste of the people, she has been, talking about them, their life, and maybe she's just trying to put out a story that has been happened or occurred in her own history, her own life. So in this poem, Hira Bansode talks about the marginalized people, just like I have explained you right now, the muted ones. In this, the muted one is not the other people. She might be giving the voice to herself and the people like her, the lower caste of Indian hierarchical system. So in this poem, the bosom friend, the bosom means, the very close one, a very close friend, like a bestie kind of thing, BFF, the modern word. So in this poem, she talks about a friend, who belongs to an upper caste of the society, and Hira Bansode herself, reflecting as a voice in the poem, she says that, maybe I'm not the lower caste, or maybe in reality she might be or might not be, because I'm not going to pass a judgment based on that reality. So she talks about people of marginalized class. She says that in this poem, there is a woman who is meeting her friend after a very long period of time. She is very excited, and she's like, oh, my friend is going to come to my house, and I'm going to prepare everything that I could, and I'll serve her the best thing possible. So she's excited, and just like in the first paragraph, she says, today you came over to dinner for the first time. You not only came, you forgot your caste and came. Usually women don't forget that tradition of inequality, but you came with a mind large as the sky to my pocket-sized house. I thought you had ripped all those caste things. You came bridging that chasm that divides us. Truly, friend, I was really happy. So, in this paragraph, she's, with a simple word as being used in this poem, she says that, that for the first time, her friend is coming over for dinner. And, she has forgotten her caste, like she belongs to the upper caste. She's not bothered that she's coming to a lower caste person's house, and she is very broad minded. She says that, like, Hira Bansode says that she has forgot the tradition of inequality. So she says that her friend is not following the tradition of inequality, rather than she's treating her friend as an equal, and she's coming to her house for dinner. So that's a big thing that women doesn't do. Women are like, in her poem it is portrayed that she says that the women usually don't forget the tradition, the ways, the custom, which has been rooted deep down into their nature. But her friend, she is leaving everything behind, and she's coming over for dinner to Hira Bansode's place. Then she says, truly, friend, I was really happy. With the naive devotion of Sabari, I arranged the food on your plate. But the moment you looked at the plate, your face changed. She says, the moment her friend came over, she served the plate and, everything. Like over here, she uses the term Sabari. Sabari is basically, a woman from the Indian mythology where, the Lord Ram went to a woman's cottage, a kutia, woman's kutia, to, despite of every other people who were inviting Lord Ram to come over for food, he leaves everything. He doesn't discriminates between the caste and people. He goes to a woman called, Sabari. and he has his meals over there, and the woman is so happy. She lays down the path with flowers and everything. This is the Indian myth, which has been referred over here. So in this line, like she says that she served the well thing, whatever good thing she made for a friend on her plate, and the moment her friend looked at the plate, and she like making faces, and she like, with a smirk, you said, "Oh my, do you serve chutney kashambir this way? You still don't know how to serve food. Truly, you folk will never improve." So in this line, the poet is trying to reflect how, her friend is reacting. She is like, from being an individualist, she's reflecting to the people, the mass of the people, and she's commenting over there by saying like, you people don't learn anything. Like, with the passing period of time, people improve, they learn, but you people, you have remained the same. That's a comment made. Like, by by saying all this, she's commenting on the community, a caste of the people, like, by she's saying yo people, you people over here, she means the community of the untouchable, the Dalit. She's trying to comment on their behavior, which has remained same in her perspective throughout the period of time. Next paragraph, she says, "I was ashamed, really ashamed. My hand, which had just touched the sky, was knocked down. I was silent. Towards the end of the meal, you asked, 'What's this? Don't you serve buttermilk or yogurt with the last course of rice?' Oh, my dear, we can't do without that." The last bit of my courage fell away like a falling star. I was sad then, numb, but the next moment I came back to life. So in this paragraph, she is expressing her disappointment. The poet is, she's trying to express the disappointment that has happened to her. So over here, the upper caste woman is saying that you people don't serve all this thing at the last course of the meal. Huh? What is wrong? What is this? Then the woman, the Dalit woman, the writer, the poet, she's like very disappointed. She's like, I invited her with an open heart, and I wanted her to feel, how loved she was, and which how much love and affection I've made this food for her. Despite of, complimenting me, she's sitting in my own house on my own chair, and she's still having the courage to comment me. She's like, and the poet is very disappointed over there. She's like really ashamed. Right now, before she came, the friend came to her house, she was very happy. Like, her head was like, wow, my friend is so good. But this time she was disappointed, and she was very sad. She said over here, she uses this line, the last bit of my courage fell away like a falling star. The star over here, she's trying to reflect the star with her feeling, the emotion that she had, that was on the supreme of everything. The star was there in the sky, blinking like a north star, guiding everything. But that star is gone now. It has fallen down, just like her emotion. The feeling that she had is gone now. Now she's like, coming back to her senses, practical being. She's being practical now. And she says, a stone dropped in the water stirs up things on the bottom. She's like, the memories, the suppressed memories, her past memories, her history is now coming up. Like, when you drop a stone in the water, the thing which is settled in the on the, what do you call, the below of the water, it's, it gets mixed up with the water, kind of thing. So just like that, this stone, the comment is like a stone that has been dropped in the water of a memory, and the things are now coming up. She says, so my memory swam up in my mind. She says, the memories, her past experience, it all comes back together to her mind. And then she says, dear friend, you asked about buttermilk and yogurt. What? How shall I tell you? She said, like, you talk about buttermilk, you talk about luxury in the food. How should I tell you the reality? She says, in my childhood, we didn't even have milk for tea, much less yogurt or buttermilk. She says that, in my childhood, we never had even milk to make tea. That much, that was the poor condition of the poet, the family in which she belongs to. They never had money so much. And they were like, suffering already that, they didn't even have milk for the babies or the people in the house. They were like, there was no milk for the tea even. That, requires a very less amount of milk. But still, they have nothing like that. She says, my mother cooked on the sawdust she brought from her yard, wiping away the smoke from her eye. She says, she talks about a memory, an incident that has happened in the past. She says, my mother used to bring, the wood dust that, in which industry she used to work. She used to swipe that and bring to the house. and in that she used to cook meal, and when you burn those things, the smoke comes out, and because of that smoke, her mother used to cry, her tears used to roll out from her eyes while cooking. But that was the condition they have faced. And over here, the guest, she's talking about the luxury, the yogurt, the buttermilk. She's saying, friend, you need to come back to reality. So in the next line, she says, every once in a while we might get garlic chutney on coarse bread. Otherwise, we just ate bread crumbled in water. Dear friend, Shrikhand was not even a word in our vocabulary. So first, if I explain this, let me tell you about the word Shrikhand. This is a sweet dish made of strained yogurt in Gujarati course. So okay, Gujarati and Maharashtra, this is like a sweet, like gulab jamun, rasogulla, like we have rasogulla in Bengali. So just like that, we have Shrikhand. Maybe my pronunciation would not be good because even I have not tasted this sweet, so just ignore it. So this sweet, she talks about, that was the condition of the poet in that period of time, that they were not even had the luxury to even taste a sweet. Not even luxury, that was even, they never had the basic thing requirement. So they never tasted this particular sweet dish. And she even talks about, how her childhood has been like. They used to get the bread with this garlic chutney. People usually had this bread with butter, the cheese and mayonnaise and all this thing, but they used to had with what? Garlic chutney. That was the condition of them in the childhood. And she said sometimes they, otherwise, sometimes they never even had the food to eat. So what they used to do, they used to break the bread into pieces like crumbs and put it in the waters. They soak it. Say they used to put the bread in the water, soak it, and then they used to eat it, so that they can fill up the hungry stomach. And then she says, my friend, my dear friend, you talk about all this thing. Don't you feel very ashamed of all this thing, talking in front of me? And I thought, she's like, deep mind, she's trying to reflect that, she has this thing, high hopes of, the equality being exist in the country. But no, this was just, a dilemma like people were living in. So in next line, she says, her nose has never smelled the fragrance of ghee. Over here, she tells us about the condition, the real condition of a family. Okay. And she says, my tongue has never tasted halwa busandi. It's like a sweet dish again. She said, my tongue has never, tasted this luxurious thing called halwa busandi. She says, that's the condition. So she has not tasted this yogurt. They never had milk. She has never smelled ghee. And she has never even eaten this halwa busandi. So that was a condition, and her friend is like, expecting too much. These friends should never be invited to your house. Then let me tell you the reality. I will never entertain this kind of people, ever. So in next line, forget that. So in next line, she says, it's the root. Go deep in your mind. She said, this is the root, this formula of caste and casteism, the indifferences. This is like a root which is there, which supports your thought, your mentality. This is just like a root of the tree which holds you. So you cannot just, cut down your root and still be alive. So this casteism and, differences, all this inequality, it is there in your blood. You cannot forget that. That's how you are. And that's true, friend. There is yogurt on the last course of rice. Today, the arrangement of food on your plate was not properly ordered. Are you going to tell me what mistakes I made? Are you going to tell me my mistakes? So in the last paragraph, the emotion that was developing by now, it has come over, it has come up. Now she's like, what do you call? Taken over by her emotion, and she's like feeling anger, expressing anger towards her friend. She says, true, everything whatever you're saying is true, but let me tell you one thing, there is yogurt in the last course of our meal, but by mistake, by arranging the food today, she being so excited about it, she just forgot to put this menu, this yogurt dish in her on her plate properly, because the food was not arranged in the order that in the manner she arranges normally in regular days, just because she was excited. It was not a meeting, it was not a dinner which was supposed to take place, it was a meeting. The emotion was important in this whole poem, but that is being affected. And she says in the last two lines, she's just trying to revolt against her friend, against the society, against the mindset of the people. And she says, Are you going to tell me what I'm supposed to do? No. Nobody is going to tell anybody because we all are equal. In the Constitution of India, in the law, we all are equal, and we should know and we should respect the privacy, the equality that the Constitution provides for to the people of India. Thank you.
And if you like the video, please press the like button. And if is there anything you like to share with me, or you want to tell me, or or you want to comment, there's a comment section below. You can just write anything over there. I'm definitely going to read and reply to you. And if you want to get future updates, please subscribe to my channel. I will be more than glad and happy. Thank you. See you next time. Bye bye.